Hello and a very warm welcome to Xuerui Badminton Stadium here in Kuala Lumpur for day 2 of competition at the OSIM BWF World Superseries Finals, the year-ending finale to the 12 tournament Super Series. And there you can see all 12 tournaments. And it was the results from those tournaments which have determined the top 8 players and pairs who are now here in Kuala Lumpur to contest these Super Series Finals. Well, group stage at the moment, and I can tell you that our order of play for this evening, we're starting with women's singles and Saina Nehwal, who suffered a loss yesterday. She's got a tough match this evening because she's up against the winner from last year and of course the reigning Olympic champion Xuerui. Then we've got men's doubles and the world champions Mohammed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan. They're up against Kim and Kim from Korea. Then more world champions in the women's doubles, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang, 3-time defending champions, winning last year, of course. They're up against the Thailand pair, Arun Kisun and Vorovici Chaikul. Then we've got the defending champions in the mixed doubles, the number 4 seeds, Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. They're up against more Thailand players, Prakamol and Sarali Thongtongkam, who yesterday caused a sensation by beating the world champions and number 2 seeds, Ahmad and Natsia. Then the last of our matches this evening, the number 3 seed in the men's singles, Jan Jorgensen. He's up against Wang Zhiming of China. So as I was saying, it's still the group stage. Those 8 players and pairs divided into 2 groups or 4 players per group. Everybody plays everybody else within the group. And then it's the top 2 that go through to the knockout stage, the semi-final. And as you can see, our first match in the women's singles will feature 2 players from Group B. Now, as I say, Saina Nehwal yesterday lost to Mitani of Japan. Today, of course, she's playing against Xuerui, who yesterday beat the seeded player, the number 3 seed, Bae Young-ju from Korea. So, as far as the seeding committee are concerned, well, Group B has been turned on its head because the 2 unseeded players winning both their first matches. I should point out, of course, that the seeding is done direct from the Super Series standings, and the Super Series standings are an accumulation of points throughout those 12 Super Series tournaments throughout the year. So here come the players. Saina Nehwal, the number 2 seed, beaten finalist in this Super Series Finals 2 years ago when the event was staged in Luzhou. Today, she's up against the defending champion, Xuerui, who of course won the gold medal at the London Olympic Games. I'm Jill Clark and delighted to say that Jim Laugerson once again helping me through the evening and giving us words of wisdom on these top players. Now, as far as I can make out, technically, I suppose Saina Nehwal could perhaps lose and still qualify, but in reality, I think the thing is she has to win this match if she wants to qualify for the semi-finals.
Yeah, she needs to go for the win. Also for her, you know, for the further confidence of the tournament,
yeah.
it would be best for her to go. She should always go for the win, of course, but
yeah,
it's going to be a difficult task for her. Of course, she probably doesn't feel the best after yesterday, and
it was a tough match, wasn't it? It was over an hour.
It's a very tough match, and you know, if you have a tough match yesterday, and the one player you probably didn't want to see on the other side of the court today is Xuerui, so that's going to be.
Yeah, very interesting to me that the defending champion out on court already, sending a very definite message to her opponent, I'm ready for this, whereas Saina Nehwal very much taking her time. And of course, Saina Nehwal yesterday led 12-7 in the deciding game against Mitani and then lost 21-19. The number 2 seed, having played 10 tournaments, finished the Super Series standings at number 2. But a world ranking, while she was 2 at the beginning of the year, is now down to 6. First time since 2005 that she's failed so far to reach a final of a tournament in a calendar year. So for Saina Nehwal fans, that is a worrying statistic. So there you can see the L next to Mitani's name means that Saina Nehwal lost in an hour and 7 minutes to the Japanese player. It was a great match, I have to say. We thoroughly enjoyed watching And that one, the 23-year-old from Haryana in northwestern India, has got a work cut out today against Xuerui, 22-year-old from Chongqing in Sichuan province. Not seeded because, of course, she finished the Super Series ranked number 5, having played in only 8 tournaments. But of those 8 tournaments, she reached 3 finals, winning 2 of them. The Indonesia Super Series and the China, both of those premier Super Series events. So in total, 11 tournaments prior to this year, 5 finals. That's a pretty good statistic, isn't it? So very comfortable in her victory yesterday. Only 26 minutes against the number 3 seed, the left-hander Bae Young-ju. Well, a year ago, she played in her first ever Super Series finals, won in Shenzhen, beating this year's number 1 seed, Wang Xuerui, in the final. In fact, she was a game and 15-4 up when Wang Xuerui had to retire from that final a year ago. Well, there you can see this is the 8th meeting between these 2 players. The previous 7, Xuerui has won 5 of them, including the last, which was in the semi-final of this event last year in Shenzhen. 3 games on that occasion, as you can see. But we were a little bit concerned watching Saina Nehwal yesterday. There was a tremendous rally in the early stages of game number 2 against Mitani, which really was very grueling indeed, very physical rally. And we thought Saina Nehwal was struggling after that. She'd been very impressive in the opening game. In fact, led 7-love in the second game.
Saina Nehwal, India.
Xuerui of Belgium.
On my left, Li Qianyu, China. Saina Nehwal to serve, level, play.
So this Group B match gets underway. Interesting thing about Group B, all 4 players have only played 1 match so far.
One love.
Group B matches played in this afternoon session. They're both in tonight's session. That's good scheduling by the tournament organisers, I think.
Two love.
Yeah. Now, Jim, you were talking at length yesterday. Obviously, as a former world number 1 mixed doubles player yourself, you're acutely aware of confidence, and you kept talking about this word confidence with Saina Nehwal and some of the other players as well that we've watched. And, you know, I guess, without stating the obvious, the start to this match, having lost her previous match yesterday against Mitani, for Saina Nehwal, she has to make a good start, ready to get that confidence back.
And she hasn't.
No.
She's going a bit too early for the golden shots, as we call them, the difficult shots. We've seen 3 cuts on the side go out. That's not going to help her confidence. And it's also a clear indication of, I think, her not being willing to rally. So definitely not the start she was looking for, or should have been looking for.
And is that because she possibly feels after that long match yesterday she doesn't want long rallies, so she's really going for it in the early stages of a rally?
Yeah, and you can also say that sometimes you as a player know the other one's got the overhand on you in the fitness. I think if you had to make a bet on this one, it would be that Xuerui has a little bit more in her tank than Saina, also because she only played 26 minutes yesterday.
Yeah.
So there's a few reasons why she wouldn't rally, but she has to try. Lee is aware about it, and has already used the full court here in the first couple of rallies, you know, from side to side, short, long. Just difficult for Saina.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Service over. 2-8.
Oh, decision. We saw her indecisive a couple of times yesterday when she was playing against Mitani.
9-2.
Really standing on the side of the drift against her, so she's really, really pushed the shot into the back. It's just at the end that the drift is taking the shuttle, so it's staying inside the line.
That's twice she's played that winner.
Yeah. But she's building it up before she's using it, and that's what she has to. If she just uses it from the start, Xuerui will just pick it up.
Slightly surprised that Xuerui didn't seem to react to that at all.
Disguised. See, just at the end, she turns her racket.
Exactly a year that Xuerui world number one, 20th of December last year. Reached that coveted status, number one in the world. Well, at 8-1 and 9-2, you thought it was all one-way traffic, and Saina Nehwal has done well here. Oh, that is just brilliant.
Service over. 10-6.
Oh, she couldn't have walked over there and placed anybody with that, really.
Service over. 7-10.
Giving away a lot of easy points.
8-10.
Coming forward from the Olympic champion. 3-point advantage, 11-game interval. Well, there's no questioning Xuerui's capabilities as a badminton player and her racket skills. What I was really impressed with earlier this year after she lost that World Championship final to Arachnok Hinton, what a thrilling match that was. That she was full of praise for her opponent, full of praise of the way that the world is responding to the dominance of Chinese women's singles players, and said, well, we've got to react to it. Everybody else has shown that they can now challenge us, and it's up to us to take it even a level higher. And I thought, well, what a mature approach to, you know, no sort of sitting back and saying, well, I'm world number one and Olympic champion. Was keen to improve and keen to learn from that defeat in the world final. And in case you're wondering why the world Australian.
12-8.
Arachana Quintanon is not here. She finished the year ranked number 12 on the Super Series list, having only competed in 7 of the 12 Super Series events, so not high enough on the ranking to qualify for these Super Series finals. There's hesitation again.
Yeah, and it looks like Lee's really focusing on that. After Saina being very successful around the head, she's really pushing it to Saina's forehand side. What we talked about yesterday as well, she uses the cross a lot. That opens up the court too much for Saina. So Lee is starting to find that deep forehand, where she has less weapons than in the round head side. It's good tactical awareness from Lee.
Just long it is difficult to control it, isn't it? Shuttle coming towards us, flying a little bit quicker. Gift in this arena.
It's what we saw yesterday as well from Mitani. She used the backhand side of Saina to smash on. Apparently, that's something they've been talking about. The coach has been talking about, the Chinese coach has been talking about as well, because every time there's an opportunity to smash down Saina's backhand side, that's what they're doing.
16-9.
We still gotta hit it though.
Yeah. 6 of the last 7 points going to the defending champion. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, total control. You just felt that Saina Nehwal was coming back into it at 8-10, and now it's 7 of the last 8 points.
Yeah,
the Olympic champion
he
as well.
also started rallying.
Yeah.
She went for it a little bit too quickly, I think, when she was up 8-2. So she just got back on track, I think.
But it is always a trait of a champion, isn't it? That ability to respond when you think that your opponent's catching up, perhaps putting you under pressure. Just being able to up your game, which is certainly what Xuerui has done.
Drift again.
19-9. Game point 9.
10 and 11 points now. Opportunities. First one taken. That's 11 and 12 points.
Game by Lee Xuerui, 21-9.
21-9. Just 11 minutes of play.
Yeah, and that's the third set in a row she's kept her opponent under 10.
Yeah.
That is
It's impressive. pleased with herself, and I'm sure her coach, Chen Jin, the world champion, men's singles champion, of course, won the gold medal in Paris in 2010. I think he'll be pretty happy too. Saina Nehwal's coach, he's a very, very good coach and a very wise and calm man. But he will be very concerned when you think you've got two of the Olympic medalists on court, the gold and the bronze medalists. Quite frankly, from 8-10, there was all one-way traffic. There was a big gulf between them.
Yeah, we have to see now is really for Saina to step up. You know, she's got the, what do you say, the little bit better side now for the singles players. Where she's got the drift against her, so she can really push her shots. She can really make Lee work, but she has to be willing to it, and that's to be seen.
Time's over. 1-all.
Well, certainly reading in the Indian newspapers just a couple of days ago, Saina Nehwal was saying she prepared well for this event. She felt good.
2-1.
So, well, both you and I know that sometimes you prepare absolutely perfectly and there is no logical reason as to why you play badly. Sometimes your preparation isn't ideal and somehow you manage to win. It's obviously you want to give yourself the best chance by preparing as well as possible, but sometimes it just doesn't work, doesn't happen for you. And there's no reason, there's no logical excuse, it just doesn't happen.
And sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's tough to go, you know, if you can say if you're down down that road, because if she doesn't, let's say she doesn't,
Well, retrieved. Oh no!
If she doesn't perform better here in this match, you know, the last one, you know, then the doubt comes in.
Well, I think that rally already proved the doubt.
Yeah.
You know, she got back a shot that she had no right to get back. It was a wonderful bit of retrieving.
Yeah.
She had a very, very short lift and goes for the... Yeah.
But then you can see that they get confidence, but also the thing, you know, coming back from a tournament where you felt you were good, well prepared, then things didn't work out. The hard thing there is to start on Monday or Tuesday training again, and then saying, well, I thought I was really well prepared, but
yeah.
Sometimes you need to come up with something different and change your routine.
That's delightful. She's used that cross court from deep in her forehands corner so well today, is Xuerui. It's called good. Oh, I thought for a moment we were going to have a challenge there.
But we haven't seen many players being able to play that well from that side.
No.
Obviously, she's just placed the clear straight in the corner. So that just shows you, you know, how difficult it is to play.
Spirit there from Saina Nehwal. But Xuerui very much dictating the pace of that rally, taking all the initiative. And I don't know whether you agree with me, Jim. I'd like to see Saina Nehwal take a bit more initiative within the rallies here.
Yeah.
I think
well, she has to, I think.
Yeah.
She's not. Her style will never be that just to give the initiative away and be controlled and just run her opponent down. That's never gonna. I don't think that's ever gonna be her style. Her style is her as you said yesterday, loose grip. She's got a lot of good shots, and then of course she has a lot of power. Obviously.
7-5.
But her power can be used if she's one step behind in the
yeah.
rallies. So
7-5.
Well, she may have made the error, but she was trying to do what we suggested, which was nice disguise on that cross court, not going for the big winner, trying to play a shot that was supposed to be a working shot to the end result of the rally. And you have to accept sometimes as a player, not everything's going to work. It's the right idea.
Service over. 6-8.
It looks for me from where we're sitting, it looks like she's playing too short, Simon. I think she needs to find that backcourt more. She can push it a little bit more, the drift will. See,
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. So then she can control it. Much better.
It's a good rally. There's the smash down the backhand side again.
10-6.
It was a good rally by Saina, though. You know, she had a little bit more length. She had the chances. That's what she needs to keep looking for.
That's gone wrong. So 5-point advantage. Mid-game interval. There's changing. Minutes. Goodness gracious. Well, I know we haven't seen particularly long rallies, but this young lady is in full flow.
20 seconds.
It's wonderful to watch.
20 seconds.
Scored one from the forehand corner.
Still Saina's playing too short. She has to find the back.
Oh, just overdone it.
8-11.
Yeah, good call. Side. Convinced by the cross-court lift, I have to say, from Saina Nehwal. It's inviting the straight smash, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the other hand, I think it's more important instead of thinking about where she's placing it. So just to find the backcourt. As soon as she can put a little power to the backcourt, at least gonna have to stretch a little bit more and doesn't have control of the shuttle. So. She's in control. She's first on the net. She's the first one pushing Lee around, so. Wow, that's beautiful.
that's exactly what I think she should be trying to do more of.
Good rally.
And if that had worked,
That's unlucky.
yeah, that would have given the confidence. At the moment, I think she's hanging on by her fingertips.
Nice chance.
Yep.
7 over, 11-13.
The player.
Challenge, goal out.
Well, I'll be interested to see this. Xuerui has raised her arm to say to the umpire, I want to challenge. The umpire has raised his arm to indicate to the tournament referee that a challenge has been made. We've got the instant review system in operation. First ever tournament that this has been used, and so far it's been a resounding success.
Challenge accepted. 2 challenges remaining. Correction in.
Yep. So the judge's call has been overruled. Point to Xuerui. We've seen remarkably few challenges though, Jim, and I think that's you know, just shows that
15-10.
whilst we're very much advocating a fair system, and it's not a major problem in badminton.
No, and I was just thinking about it, and I actually also have to, we both played ourselves, and that's good.
Yeah.
But I also have to blame the players a little bit, because we don't see the same reactions that we normally see. Where there's been trying to influence the line judge, where there's been complaining about shots that are good. We don't see that anymore, because
very good point.
So some of the blame has to go, what we've been seeing for a few years now has to go to the players.
Yeah, because there's been shouts, as you say, arms have been spread wide as if to influence the line judge to call it out.
So a close call here there is that the player is out. They will complain about it.
Yeah.
Because there's no evidence or anything, and the line just sits there, and we're all human.
Yep.
That's taken away now. I think it's
very
just
good point.
Fantastic step for that.
Yep.
17-11.
That's incredible. Well, we were still looking at the replay there, but I can tell you it was a round-the-head shot from Xuerui. It was just fabulous. Time running out for Saina Nehwal.
Unless she's run out of solutions.
Yeah.
Well,
at least she did one thing the others haven't done so far. She's got her past 10.
Yeah.
So she has done a little bit better.
Gone long.
7 over, 12-19.
It's gone wide. Wow.
She's going to fight too early now. She wants to finish off, and that's sometimes what you see with a big lead. The first couple of rallies, they feel complacent.
Yeah. It's gone wide, and now match points have indeed arrived.
7 over, 20, match point, 14.
First time I'm asking, and that is a comprehensive performance by last year's champion, Xuerui, world number 1. Has disposed of the number 2 seed.
21-14.
As confirmed by the umpire, 21-9, 21-14. Well, Xuerui, as I said a moment ago, when she's in full flow, she's an absolute delight to watch. their confirmation of the scoreline, and another match won in under 30 minutes.
Here with Xuerui. Li, a couple of good games already, 2 good games. How are you feeling at the moment?
他想知道是说你现在2连胜了嘛？那现在感觉怎么样？
感觉不错，因为2连胜了嘛，那希望后面继续像今天一样幸运。
So she says she feel good because now it's 2 wins in a row. So she hopefully is as lucky as for tomorrow game.
Okay, now there was a challenge you made and it was accepted. Tell us about that.
刚才你挑战过一次那个计时回放嘛？那可不可以告诉我们多一点关于那次的挑战嘛？
因为那个球我感觉它是界内，而且我觉得那个球我需要挑战一下，然后也是因为它第一次试用，那我想体验一下。
She said that she felt the 界内嘛，对不对？
对，界内。
She felt that the call should be in. So and this is the first time the BWF is experiment this instant review. So she thinks that she might need give it a try.
Well, you've qualified now, so you'll look ahead for the weekend.
你现在已经晋级4强了嘛？那你对这个周末的淘汰赛是怎么样的一个展望吗？
还是全力以赴准备对手，那希望自己能够站到最后，走到最后。
Okay, she will be well prepared and try to beat every tournament opponents and try to win until the last match.
Fantastic. Congratulations again, Xuerui. Thanks for joining us.
So last year's champion, Xuerui, in absolutely fantastic form, and Saina Nehwal, well, it depends what the other players in the group do, because if Mitani was to win tonight, then she would go through and Saina Nehwal would be out of this year's tournament as far as possibilities of qualifying for the semi-final are concerned, because it's only the top 2 in the group that go through to semi-final stage. Well, as you can see, men's doubles is up next. We've got the world champions in the men's doubles, then we've got world champions in the women's doubles, defending champions in the mixed doubles, and then we've got a very interesting men's singles with Jan Jorgensen, the number 3 seed, up against Wang Zhiming. Wang Zhiming, of course, last night beaten by the world number 1, Li Chongwei, in 2 straight games. So looking at the men's doubles group, and I can tell you that the Indonesians, number 1 seeds, of course, and in group number 2, we've had the very disappointing news that Hashimoto and Hirata, having lost to their teammates in the first of Group B matches yesterday, have been forced to withdraw from the Super Series finals, which means that Group B, there are only 3 pairs contesting that. Bowen Mogensen, 3-time defending champions, have played both their matches now. They've won 1 and lost 1.